Before time, before light, there was nothing. A vast emptiness, the void. It was in this nothingness that X was born, not of flesh and blood, but of something far older, darker. X was a being of pure malice, a cosmic error. He existed only to consume, to corrupt, to destroy. The void offered no solace, only an endless echo of his own twisted thoughts. He drifted for eons, a prisoner of his own making. He searched for any escape from the maddening silence. Then he saw it, a glimmer in the distance. It was a world teeming with life, a world bathed in the vibrant hues of creation, a world called Earth. Earth was unlike anything X had ever encountered. It was chaotic, it was beautiful, and it was utterly repulsive to him. He yearned to twist it, to break it, to make it his own. He watched from the shadows. His gaze fell upon humanity. He saw their potential for both greatness and despair. He saw their capacity for love and hate. But it was one particular creation of humanity that truly captivated him. A video game character, a blue hedgehog named Sonic. Sonic's speed, his attitude, his very essence both fascinated and infuriated X. He couldn't understand it. This simple digital creation invoked feelings within him that he couldn't comprehend: jealousy, envy, a twisted form of admiration. It was then that X hatched a plan. He would have Sonic for himself. He would create a world where Sonic belonged to him, a dark reflection of the real world, a world of suffering and despair. X poured his essence into this new dimension. It was a place of nightmares. Twisted landscapes reflected X's own fractured mind, but he needed a way to lure Sonic into his trap. He needed bait. He needed souls. He focused his power, concentrating his will. In his claws, a game disc began to materialize. The disc was black as pitch. Its label was blank, an empty canvas for his masterpiece. Section 5. The Disciples of X. Word of the game disc spread through the darkest corners of the internet. Whispers in forums, rumors in chat rooms. A select few, drawn to the promise of forbidden power, found themselves in possession of the disc. They called themselves the Cult of X. They worshipped him as a god, a bringer of chaos. They believed that by serving him, by feeding him souls, they would be spared his wrath. They would share in his power. Section 6. Doomed from the start. Kyle was the first to play. He found the disc on a shady online marketplace. It was like a moth to a flame. He couldn't resist. The game started innocently enough, but soon the glitches began. The music soured. The cheerful landscape warped into something sinister. Terror gripped him as he realized the truth. This was no ordinary game. This was something far more sinister. X was watching him, playing with him. Section 7. A detective's descent. News of Kyle's disappearance reached Detective Derek Green, a seasoned investigator known for his skepticism and sharp mind. He dismissed the initial reports as a hoax, a prank. But as more people vanished, each linked to the mysterious game disc, he knew he couldn't ignore it any longer. Derek Green, a man of logic and reason, found himself pulled into a nightmare. Section 8. The price of curiosity. Tom, a friend of Kyle's, refused to believe he was gone. He tracked down a copy of the game. He was determined to find out what happened. He told himself he was being brave, but deep down a cold dread gnawed at his heart. He loaded the game, and X smiled. Another soul had entered his domain, another pawn to manipulate, another life to consume. Section 9. Whispers in the Code. Derek Green delved deeper into the case. He uncovered the online whispers, the cryptic messages. The digital trail led to a dead end, a labyrinth of code that seemed to twist and turn back on itself. He realized the horrible truth. This was not a case he could solve with traditional methods. He was dealing with something beyond human comprehension, something evil. Section 10. The nightmare is real. The disappearances continued, each victim claimed by the cursed game, each soul devoured by X. His power grew, his grip on the digital world tightened, the line between the virtual and the real blurred. The nightmare was bleeding through, and X was just getting started.